Hello friends, it is commonly believed that snakes are among the most dangerous representatives of flora and fauna. More than 50,000 people die each year from the bites of these reptiles, which is only according to official statistics. Since ancient times, humans have tried to avoid contact with snakes because in most cases, this encounter does not bring anything good. But be that as it may, there are places on our planet where, whether they like it or not, they have to live side by side with these crawling monsters. For example, in India. No one would be surprised if a snake appeared in the street. Yes, well, these reptiles can occur where you don't expect them at all, and sometimes their strange behavior raises just one question. This is how the inhabitants of the village of Caiga in southern India faced an unusual situation. There was a drought in that region for a long time, and no one remembered the last time it rained. By the way, it turned out that this affects not only people but also animals, and even those who can only instill fear in people but never come to them for help. One dry day, when the sun had already been overhead and began to raze the earth mercilessly, the village suddenly heard the loud cries of people. No one understood what was happening, but when they ran out into the street, the locals saw a very terrible situation. It turned out that a snake had come to town. Not just any snake, but a real king cobra, almost 4 meters long. But what most surprised the terrified people was that the reptile did not even try to attack anyone, but strangely stopped in the middle of the market square as if waiting for something. This behavior only caused bewilderment among residents because snakes usually try to avoid people, but she seemed to want everyone to see her here. Of course, out of fear, the locals waited for the snake to leave the place, but it seemed the cobra was in no hurry to escape people. Holding their breath, everyone watched it, and suddenly the evil predator began to sway its upper body, attracting more and more attention from dozens of prying eyes. No one could understand what was happening and why it was behaving that way. The animal was in the middle of the road for more than half an hour and was not acting aggressively for more than half an hour. Experienced snake takers arrived in the village who knew the behavior of cobras. It turns out that the cobra was suffering from dehydration, and not finding any water source, it simply turned to the people, looking for help without knowing what else to do. And then something happened that no one expected. A snake tamer decided to give water to the dangerous animal, and step by step, he cautiously approached the snake with a bottle of water. During all this time, the reptile remained motionless, showing no aggression towards humans, and holding a bottle of water right in front of its sharp teeth, the snake began to avidly quench its thirst, which it had probably been suffering for a long time. A split second would have been enough to inflict a lethal bite on a person, but the thirst made it not only go to people for help, but also behaved meekly, like a puppy. Who would have thought a real cobra would drink directly from a plastic bottle? The truth is that people will never understand what animals have in mind. They are the most fearsome predators. Sometimes they can be surprising. Having drunk almost all the water, the cobra looked around at the people gathered there, and, as if thanking them for their help, it quietly left the place and crawled off into the jungle. All this touching encounter between the man and the venomous snake was filmed on video, and thanks to that, this unusual case became known. It is also worth noting that the king cobra is a giant venomous snake found in the rainforests of India, Pakistan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Its life expectancy is more than 30 years, and this reptile grows throughout this period. It happens that animals are astonishing to humans with their behavior. Still, based on the example of this story, we can conclude that even the most dangerous predators of our planet sometimes also need help. Still, it is better not to do it yourself and leave this opportunity to specialists. Friends, write in the comments about what you would personally do if you saw a 4-meter cobra on your street. I think it will be interesting to read it. But well, that's all for today. Like the video and see you next time. Bye!